The stability of any place or country depends on the atmosphere of its neighboring regions. In this context, India's fate has been somewhat weak. Most of India's neighboring countries have continuously created problems for it. Recently, India's Operation Sindoor, carried out in response to terrorist attacks, has made this fact even clearer. India's neighboring countries, Pakistan and China, did not support this operation. China has always viewed Pakistan as an ally and India as a rival. Recently, China has taken a further step by deciding to extend its CPEC project to Afghanistan, which could create a new problem for New Delhi. It is to be noted that CPEC stands for China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. But the question is, what is China's intention behind extending the project to Afghanistan? And why is this extension a matter of concern for India? Could this harm India's strategic and economic interests? In today's episode, we will try to find answers to these questions. Actually, recently, Afghanistan's acting Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi was on a 3-day visit to Beijing. During this visit, Muttaqi held talks with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. During these talks, both countries agreed to extend China's CPEC project to Afghanistan, which was welcomed by Pakistan as well. It is to be noted that CPEC is an ambitious project under China's Belt and Road Initiative or BRI, aimed at connecting China's Xinjiang province to Pakistan's Gwadar port in Balochistan through roads, railways and energy projects. Started in 2015, this $46 billion infrastructure project's investment has now increased to over $62 billion. CPEC is a 3,000-kilometer long connectivity project promoted as a means to boost Pakistan's weak economy and provide China direct access to the Arabian Sea. It is worth mentioning that this was the first high-level dialogue of China after the Indian attacks on 9 terrorist sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir or POK under Operation Sindoor. To advance talks regarding this project, China, Pakistan and Afghanistan have decided to hold a trilateral foreign ministers meeting in Kabul soon. Regarding India's response to this meeting, India has opposed it. This is because the economic corridor under construction will pass through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. India considers POK as its own territory illegally occupied by Pakistan, so India has been a major opponent of this project. India argues that this project violates its sovereignty and territorial integrity. It is well known that both Pakistan and China have attempted to interfere in Indian sovereignty time and again. Therefore, Beijing's investment in infrastructure in POK and Balochistan under CPEC is a warning bell for India, as it could facilitate greater military mobility for Pakistan and China in the region. This could make India's borders more insecure. It is notable that Afghanistan has been infamous for sheltering terrorists of Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba. Hence, India fears Pakistan might use Kabul to carry out terrorist activities. Additionally, analysts believe that New Delhi is concerned about China increasing its hold in South Asia through infrastructure and military cooperation with neighboring countries. Also, the CPEC project could damage India's diplomatic and economic relations with other countries, for example by becoming an alternative trade route. It could negatively impact India's regional connectivity projects like the Chabahar port in Iran. However, in response to China's CPEC project, India has launched the IMEC, India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor project. Signatories of this project include India, the US, Saudi Arabia, UAE, France, Germany, Italy, and the European Union. This project aims to establish itself as a viable alternative to China's Belt and Road Initiative by promoting transparent, sustainable, and debt-free infrastructure without compromising national sovereignty. In conclusion, it can be said that if the CPEC project is extended to Afghanistan, this trio of China, Pakistan, and Afghanistan could become a major challenge to India's sovereignty and integrity. India will have to find ways to limit or stop it through diplomatic efforts and also strengthen security arrangements at the border. Recently, President Donald Trump announced a $175 billion missile defense initiative. This initiative has been named the Golden Dome. It will be a multi-layered shield designed to protect the US from advanced threats. The purpose of this shield is to defeat incoming hypersonic missiles, drones, and space-based attacks. The defense sector giant Lockheed Martin has proposed this system. This system will integrate ground and space-based technologies to detect, track, and intercept missiles at every stage of their flight, from launch to impact. Recently, the Trump administration cancelled Harvard University's ability to admit international students due to increasing conflicts with Ivy League schools. It is noteworthy that recently there was an attack on Jewish students on the Harvard campus, following which this decision was taken. Harvard admits approximately 6,800 international students on its campus in Cambridge, Massachusetts, constituting more than 1/4 of its student body. Most are undergraduates who come from over 100 countries. These days, China is cautiously advancing in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. The geopolitical significance of the Eastern Mediterranean has historically attracted external powers to establish their influence. China is no exception. In terms of investment, Chinese companies hold significant stakes in Egyptian ports on both ends of the Suez Canal, with a vast industrial park in the middle. Moreover, China's presence is spreading throughout Egypt's economy. It is to be noted that by March 2025, China's investment in Egypt had reportedly exceeded $7 billion, with further increases expected. So viewers, we pause the discussion here and note today's question. What impact will China's CPEC project and its extension have on India? Explain in detail.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.